Here we are with the Wicked Lady drag racing team. Yes, because there's no party like a Wicked Lady party.
Oh no.
Right? So, we're here in a palatial palace and great to be here. We've got Darren and Sean Law with us. We're going to be talking about the car and everything else. They are experienced drivers. Pro ETU was with the Wild Bunch before, yeah, wasn't it? Now you're in a bit more competitive, I guess, with Pro ET.
Yep.
Sandbagging and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So those who don't know what sandbagging is, don't worry about it. Look it up. So let's talk to you about your history, both of you, in drag racing, and where did you get going?
Well, we originally started with Bob and Karen.
Yeah.
I'd never been into drag racing. I was into like Formula One, so I worked at a company that made F1 engines for 20 years. I worked there, Brian Hart's, and then Bob and Karen always used to crew for the original Wicked Lady, owned by Dennis Hawkins, and they used to crew for him every weekend that they had available to go away. And then one weekend we were, I think it was Shaky. We was in the bar, lo and behold.
Strange.
I know, but we weren't racing that weekend.
No, that's fine.
And Karen received a phone call from Den saying, do you want to buy the Wicked Lady? You've got first refusal. And it was like a bit of a no-brainer, really. So we said, right, okay, then who's going to race it? Obviously Karen wasn't going to race it, Sue wasn't going to race it, and Bob didn't fit in it. So...
No, nothing strange there.
No. So it was down to me, really.
Let's just say, in the background, in the green room,
yep,
is Sue.
Yep.
And Bob.
Yep.
And Karen.
Yes.
On Burns night.
Yep.
Our haggish lady.
Yep.
There we are, see. So anyway, so they got the car.
So we all decided, we was going to do it. We were going to start racing, and then I think it was probably about 4 or 5 weeks after that we actually got the car, acquired the car, went back to Shaky, I believe again, it was, and I was doing my licensing runs. Never been in one of them before, didn't know what to expect, anything. So like my first launch was I wasn't strapped in properly, so my head's gone back crack, and I thought, oh my god, what have I let myself in for? But then it got better and better and better, and obviously you get a little bit more confident. You think, I can do this, something to do with that. And I think by the end of that weekend I was running high 9s in it.
And how long ago was that?
Probably about 23, 24 years ago. Wow. So it's been a long time. So
if you go back into the 80s,
yeah,
I remember the likes of Gary Page doing the funny cars.
Yeah.
They were aiming for the 6s.
Yeah.
And then you're talking about the 9s.
The 9s.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, and we stayed there for a long time in the 9s with that car anyway.
Yeah.
Until Sean broke it when he started racing, where the chassis snapped.
It's a dodgy car.
I know, but it was, somebody must have been looking down at us because he'd done a run and there was an oil leak, and it's only because we took the side panel off the car that the lower bar on the chassis had severed all the way through. It just snapped.
Was that transporting it, or?
I think most of the damage now is just caused when you transport a car. I mean, we have most of our damage is when we've either towed the car up there because you have bumpy roads and everything else, and trying to tether that car down in there and do it safely. So I'm assuming it was, and it was an old car anyway, an old frame, an old chassis. So that we then had to bite the bullet and then sort of then get a new chassis made, which took forever and a day to get done. And that's where we're at nowadays. So that's where we are.
So you're on the same chassis now?
Yeah, same chassis, but that's had a major amount of work done over the last 6-7 weeks on that car. No end of issues with it, but it is what it is, and we didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
So looking forward to this season, we should be where we think we're at and be safe, which is the main thing.
Yeah. Now, last season you was in the 8s.
Yeah.
That's both of you.
Yeah.
That must have been a joy for you, and it was constant as well.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant.
Every run, wasn't it?
We had quite a few years, didn't we, where we had no luck no ended up with the engine, so the small block that was in there.
Heat broken.
Not that one as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But no, the small block went, didn't it? That was the one from the original car, so that had been going since since then, had it really, didn't it? So it, you know, served its purpose.
Yeah.
It done very well. So that went, we had a big block built, didn't we?
Yeah.
Then we had issues with that. I think a bolt went down, and from the air scoop, the piston hit it, smashed it, and that wasn't even a full season.
No,
was
we
it?
hadn't even done a full season on a brand new engine.
So yeah, no end of luck. That was 2023,
Yep.
23. Then we got a new big block.
From the
shipped over
States,
from
wasn't it?
States.
Yeah, from the States. Yeah, absolutely great engine.
Crate
Superb.
engine, sort of out of the crate, isn't it? And then just plonk it into the back of the car. And
Well, it wasn't quite a plonk, but it went in there. It was shoehorned in.
Yeah.
But that's
And then you have to, I guess, because you're changing stuff, you're changing gearboxes and
well, we've had to do that now.
yeah,
As I say, we've had to modify the chassis
yeah.
to beef it all up, make it a lot stronger, get everything in line, get everything perfect. We were running out of puff over the quarter mile anyway, so you know we were hitting 8.4s, but it was you could feel the car holding back. Probably just past half track, wasn't it? And you're thinking it's got a hell of a lot more to
You want to
give.
go, yeah.
So they said, oh, you've got to change gear ratios, you've got to do this. So we've now gone to bigger tyres, which we should be getting any day now, and they'll be going on there. So hopefully that will give us our correct gearing. So all the years we've had it,
See, people don't realise that.
no,
In even
Yeah.
the things you have to change
yeah,
to make it work.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's been consistent. I mean, obviously racing in Pro ET. I mean, I think it was it the main event you race or the Euros? There was almost 60 teams
yeah,
in Pro ET, and
it's
I
hard to
think.
even qualify. isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's hard to qualify. It's obviously the top 32 go through, but I think they extended it because there was too many. There was a lot more cars or teams, and I think the top 14 was split by 0.002, and that just shows you how close it is.
Yeah. So I mean, the likes of Bob Malden and
Yeah.
all them, they're what seven and a half, 8 still.
What's that?
Bob Malden and that.
They're running 9. He's running 9.
9.3.
9.3s.
9.3. So
What he
you're
runs.
We're one of the quickest.
We are, but so that's why we think we've got to fight the bullet and sort of. I don't want to slow, or nobody wants to slow the car down because it's got so much potential, and we've spent all this money now on it, and we don't want to slow it down. I know it'll probably make it a little bit more reliable, but we've always been flat chacked.
So so with the 8
Forward.
second passes, would you have to move cars now
Yeah.
or stay
We
where you are?
did the run. One of the runs I did, it was a little bit of fluke. Like I say, it'd been running consistent 8s, sort of 8, 6s, and I think it was a little bit of fluke. But I did an 8.45.
Yeah, which
So
is the
technically we
fastest
broke
car.
out of our class because it's up to 8.5.
Yeah.
It's the quickest. I think
You get a rap on the knuckles, don't you, from Santa Pod for anything like that for breaking your tag, and well, not, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So we've now got to look at where we move to now. So where we go to Super Pro, which would be the next sort of suitable class for us anyway. We'd be the slower car in the faster field.
Yeah, in the faster field.
Because I
Yeah,
think
but
they run-
it's still your bracket.
Yeah.
Still
So,
better racing. Yeah.
So you're up against some serious bits of kit.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know, like 6-second cars
Yeah.
that are on there.
Yeah.
And we've raced them before when we done Pro ET. Super Pro at the European finals probably about 10 years
And then
ago.
you're up against the likes of Leah.
Yeah. And they've gone, mate. They've literally, I mean, you think you've got them on the line, and you do, and then the car just goes, psh, and you're thinking,
Yeah, Scott Hauser and all them. as
yeah.
well,
I mean, clever feet one.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
they're. I mean, we was talking to Jeff, and he was going about. That's his son. Is it Luke? Is it? Oh, yeah.
Scott.
Oh, Scott. Sorry, Scott.
Hauser, yeah.
And he was telling us how he 3D prints his own button for his trans brake to have different spring tensions so that it off on the line. And we're like, yeah, go. That's all right.
That's it.
But we do well.
Yeah.
I'm not being big-headed, but we do well.
Is that where you want to go, Super Pro? Really?
I think so. We've either got to do that, or was it Super Comp we was looking at? Was it
Super Comp was 8.90.
8.90s?
90s, yeah.
And then obviously we'd we've probably been in the right region of slowing it down a little bit, but then I think you've got to then get involved with throttle stops and all that malarkey, and that's not us.
No.
That's never ever been us.
No,
So,
no.
you know, and again, you're up against people that have done it for years and years out, and they keep winning the championship, and they win it because they're good at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, we like to be, we just like to go away and have a good time.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. At the end of the day, we've always said, when that enjoyment side of it comes out of it, it's time to give up.
No, and I guess this is one of the questions I was going to ask you, because, you know, you've got the new motor and everything else.
Yeah.
Just so people get the idea for your class and maybe moving up to Super Pro, a budget for a season. You know, it's got to be, you know,
we put money away each month, and we've got sponsors on board.
Yeah.
So we've got to give Neil a mention, Neil Morris. So,
Neil, yeah.
So he's done a hell of a lot for us. Also my company, Adicats, they give me sponsorship on the vans. So when I go away, it doesn't cost me anything for the van, whereas, you know, and I need that for towing and taking all the gear up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we put money away, and it is tight. Don't get me wrong, it is tight.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
It's all dependent on how well the car goes.
Yeah.
Obviously, like in 2022, 23, and the engines went. I think that was 10 grand alone just for an engine.
14
That's
that
not-
cost us.
14 to not.
And then that went wrong again, didn't it?
Yeah.
That one went. As I say, we didn't even do a season with that one.
They're not sort of things you can sell on, really, are they?
No. It ends up being scrap at the end of the day, or you're selling really, really good quality parts for a fraction of the price that you know you paid out for them. But it is what it is, and that is motor
Because
racing.
obviously you have to enter the race,
Yeah.
and you've got all your
Fuel up there,
additional
coming back.
charges,
Yeah, I'll
fuel.
probably be doing.
And then obviously you're using, what fuel are you using on
We
the
just
car?
use unleaded.
Unleaded?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to have.
So you're going to make it smoky next year and use diesel?
No, that'd be the picture.
Aviation fuel, that'd do it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just pop in the clats and fill it up and come. Yeah, that'd do, wouldn't it? So yeah, I mean, you guys, you know, I've watched you, as you know, I've watched you over many years, and you know, you're always competitive.
Yeah.
You know, and you love what you do. You know, the classes that you're racing in, and everybody knows each other. Drag racing is, whatever class you're in, it's like a family.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it's like a massive, great big long road.
Yeah.
But it's a family.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's always going to be the idiot you don't like just up the road,
Yeah.
isn't it?
You're always going to get one or two of those in there, but
Yeah.
you know, we've met so many brilliant people.
That's
over
what I'm
the years,
saying.
and friendships.
Yeah,
and,
and
you know,
you've had the, you know, obviously I used to do stuff at Shaky and Ambulance and all that, but Shaky here, at Santa Pod and everything else, all of them places, everybody knows each other. Everybody, say for instance, the car broke and it was only a small thing. Someone there will help you out
We
or go
had
to
that
the
in
workshop.
Wild Bumps, didn't we?
Yeah.
Years ago when Dad was racing. I think we got through to the final.
I didn't have any brakes.
And Dad didn't have any brakes because the brake line had split at the end.
Ed Yates,
So,
wasn't it?
yeah. So Ed Yates, who we had in the final, he's like, well, I don't want to win by default, so he lent us a brake flaring kit.
He hates, there's a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lent it and we fixed it and we beat him, didn't we?
Yeah, and it was like he
But
said, but
it's-
I didn't want to race myself.
And I think that's what a lot of racers would do.
Everybody
It's
helped me.
always been like that.
Yeah.
Even back in the 80s, 70s
Yeah,
and 80s, people used to
Yeah.
help each other out.
And when you take it as it comes, if you get a buy or, you know, then you take it. But at the end of the day, you want to be racing somebody, you want to be the best, don't you, at the end of the day? And
Absolutely.
you're only going to be the best if you've raced somebody for it. So, yeah.
So plans for next season then? Where are you going?
All depends what class we're going to. And then it's going to be a whole new learning curve for us as well. You know,
Was
it's
that
not-
because of the new motor and?
Yeah, well,
Are you going to do any test runs? Because this is a whole new setup, isn't it?
it is.
To a point.
Yeah.
It is, but I don't think we might get the test day on Thursday,
Yeah.
just to see how it's going. But we've always said that, and we've either missed out because there's so many people that want to do the test day, and we don't get to do it.
And
Because
also
we're
that
late.
costs.
Yeah, another 160 odd quid. I don't know how much.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, yeah.
It's more money
Yeah.
that we could be putting back into the team. But 9 times out of 10, whether we've done any alterations, it's just like we'll do it on the day. In Pro ET, we normally get, on a big event, we'll probably get 5 qualifying rounds in that one day. So that gives us enough time to get a handle on it.
Yeah, are you doing the festival?
Yeah.
You're doing that one, so that'd be good. That'd be a good benchmark.
So Festival Speed is that one, and it'll be the Easter one, won't it?
Easter fun.
Main event. That is probably one. That's probably my favourite one actually. Main event and the Euros. Because you got the weather anyway, so touch wood you have, couldn't you? It's warmer anyway.
So
at the end of March, where it's the Festival of Power, it's going to be, or Speed or whatever it's called, but that's going to be cold, because it never warms up, does it? To about February of the following year when it's all heating the whole world up.
And March, snow. I've had snow before. Long days for me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when we've been up there when it snowed.
Yeah, like really heavy.
We did actually. We won that event in Wild Bunch, didn't we? And
what was that? Because you was driving mad snow.
no, I raced there. We queued up. We got through to the final, and I was down the pairing lanes. And silly enough, I had a black visor on, but it was daylight when we was going down there, and there was an oil down, and we were just stuck in the car. And I like to be in the car and I stay in the car. I don't like getting out. So I stayed in there for absolutely ages, and I come round, and it was just like somebody turned the light out, and it turned dark, and I got on the start line, and they told me to shut my visor down, and I shut my visor down, and as soon as I breathed on it, because it was freezing cold, it just went, and I couldn't, and all I see was the second light come on, and then, because I was running the Pro Tree, and as soon as that went out, I just went floor here, and I won it, and I got up the top, and I was up there with a lantern, like getting you around at the top to go back down the return road. We won that event, and I always remember this because somebody sent me a link. There was a guy there that was a professional photographer, and he'd taken a photograph for like a custom car magazine in Chicago.
Right, yeah.
And he'd sent it over, and he said, "This is what you get this side of the pond." And it was our old Wicked Lady, which had the flake paint on it. And everybody was obviously taking photographs and all the lights that were on it, and it just lit up, and it looked superb. And we was in like a custom car magazine in Chicago.
Superb,
so, it was really nice. So
So when was that? Can you remember?
15 years ago?
Yeah, probably about 15
it was Easter,
years
wasn't
ago.
it? Yeah, the Easter one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I remember getting that caravan that morning. Getting in touch with Karen for a coffee probably, and just trotting snow.
That was people were having snowball fights,
and there was a snowman on the start line and all sorts. They were long days, very long days. It's good, it's good fun. So anyway, the Wicked Lady, good name, and highly respected in the class, which I think is good, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, everybody respects everybody else anyway, don't they?
Yeah.
And everybody knows the Wicked Lady, so prove, don't they?
So say you're not a prospect, are you? You are, the other driver, if I would say.
Yeah.
It must be a huge thrill for you. Not only are you a pilot, but doing it as well. You've been doing it a number of years as well now.
Yeah, I can't remember when I got my licence. I remember doing it again, similar to Dad at the Shaky years ago. But yeah, it is such a thrill when you're strapped in that car.
Yeah, but it's good at night.
You feel the adrenaline, and it's
We've got a war going on.
There is a war going on, because it's like, I know there's always going to be the rivalry, and but Sean is really, really good on the lights, whereas I'm like Team Biscuits as everybody else is there. Even though last year I did win a trophy for best reaction of 002.
Was that when you dipped your thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
Your rich tea, you dipped it in and went.
Burnt my fingers and I went.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thumb slip, noise.
It's what?
Thumb slip.
Thumb slip, that's it,
But we do have a big ride, so it's always going to be, I'm never going to, at the moment, because Sean run the 8.4, I'm not going to be able to touch that, although it might do when we go up for the next race meet, because obviously everything that we've done on it, and we've got bigger wheels.
Isn't it? It would be too much, I guess, to have one in Pro E2 and then run
we could double class.
Super College at double class.
You could do it.
We
I think
could,
especially with
but
the new engine, it's
And then you
capable of
can
going round.
and
but-
bring it down.
yeah,
But you know, it'd be another entry fee, and
And it also means as well like another race suit, probably, you know, because we can't get changed on the start line.
because
so-
we've only got
I
one
wouldn't
set.
want, I wouldn't want to watch that. That'd be messy, that, wouldn't it? Hey,
People pay to see
hey,
that.
it would have paid, would they?
Yeah, I think
Hey,
so.
you're a Donis. But you know, see, so the thing with drag racing as well is that it is a great social thing as well.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody gets on, everybody has a laugh, and you know, it is. So at the end of the day, you're racing, then you go out in the evening, and you know, and then you get to call people whatever you want.
Exactly.
Like you lot, you slags, right? Total slags, all of you, and total toilets. But I love you. I love you all.
We love you more.
But yeah, so you know, so this is going to be interesting next season because you can't have a dual driver in one class. So in the car, can you? You can't have.
We can.
We enter the car.
We enter the
So
car, so you can have
Ah.
two drivers.
Ah, right, okay.
So I tend to build all the points up earlier on, and then
Right.
you know, just so Sean might be able to get a trophy or
For
something.
Sunday. He does it. All. Gets the points in.
But we don't. Yeah, it's just something that we're gonna. It will depend on what class we go into anyway, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
going to be a lot harder
What's-
field whatever we do.
What's
So,
your gut instincts with it?
Pro, super pro.
Super
I
pro.
I think super pro.
It's like Dad
Yeah.
said, we just don't want to slow the car down. It's one of the only things that, you know, since the history of the car, I think, since we had the small block and that, you get in there and they're very powerful. Obviously,
Yeah.
Trains, what, 704 brake.
So I guess you're sitting there, cold starts in the workshop and everything else. You would know how it's feeling.
Yeah.
wouldn't
Yeah, you can feel that car.
But I think like the point is that you kind of get used to the power as well, and you
Yeah.
always want
Yeah,
that
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
But that's the
yeah.
thing about it at the moment, where it's been running out of puff, and you know that it's got so much more in it,
Yeah.
and you know you should be that much more quicker. I mean, we've never ever hit 150 mile an hour all the years we've had the car. 149.9, say 149.8, blah 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 blah. I mean, on 60 foots have come down to 1.1 now, haven't they? 1.12 or something. And that's a quick.
That's,
You know,
that's a little bit of a G there, isn't it?
Yeah, it
It's a fair amount.
What do you reckon?
I don't know.
Couple of 2G, 3G,
I really don't know.
Yeah.
But
and then you're pulling the chute the other end, and you're probably
Yeah.
getting reverse G of about
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that shows you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Not quite.
hopefully with the bigger wheels, the bigger tyres, that
Yeah, yeah.
we should be going over that 150 now. It's always been like a bit of a benchmark for us. It's like we've never ever done it. We've never ever done it.
Yeah.
But it's there. It's capable of doing it. But it's what you need to change to make it to do it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it could cost you a lot of money to have a new gearbox or a new rear axle, I mean, the tyres just cost us £1,000, for argument's sake, and it's just like, you know, that's a lot of money just for two tyres, isn't it?
Yeah,
but if
yeah,
it gives
yeah,
us
yeah.
what we need, you know, then we'll be happy with it. So it'll be £1,000 well spent.
Yeah, yeah.
Plus
So
all the
on the crew side,
Yeah.
obviously you've got Bob and
Karen and Sue.
Karen and
Yeah.
Sue, yeah. And then obviously you bring your party along, your posse turns up.
Yeah, there's a
All
lot
them
of
horses
posse.
and all that. Yeah, it's a big posse, isn't it? You know. Honestly, yeah, they are a bunch. Anyway, but so, hello, and but yeah, and so you've got the experience there as well
Yeah,
over the years, and you know, you've changed the style of the car again. So you know, I'm well pleased for you, really.
yeah.
So Super Pro it could well be.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Have a committee meeting, decide what you're going to do. And how was the Pro ET bash then?
Superb.
Was
Very
it?
good, yeah.
Yeah.
Always is.
I mean,
big
yeah,
family, aren't we? That,
Yeah.
It's just good to catch up with everyone, especially outside of racing. I think as well, it's nice just to sort of not be in a racing environment.
Yeah.
Just sort of, you know, actually get to talk to people and whatnot.
Do they do any like presentations as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah, we did.
We won a prize.
Yeah, we did.
Where is it?
Well, we've got the-
Where's our trophy?
It's at my house.
Oh,
We got the Hard Luck Award. We got
Yes.
so recognition of our car failing.
Yeah,
but
cocking up, really.
Still putting the effort in and doing whatever.
It's a lot of perseverance, really.
The past couple of years, like I said, it's been very challenging, isn't it? It's been.
It was like you got through to the semis, was it? This year?
I think
at the main event, or the Euros. And then there's an electrical problem and he's pushed off the line. And I was crewing for Harrison, for his dad. And I was watching that and I could see the car being pushed back. And that's so gutting, because you know what it's like when you're sat in there, you're psyched up, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
And then there's some issue and
it was
it's
just
like,
a wire loose or something, was it?
It was the wrong diameter wire.
Yeah.
So it wasn't giving enough boost to the NSD box.
Yeah.
Again, another learning curve.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was in there, but
yeah.
it's all been sorted out now, touch wood. And we should be ready to rock and roll.
Oh, well, at least you got something out of it, like that's nice. It shows the appreciation.
Yeah,
of what
exactly.
we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're always in there to win it at the end of the day, don't get me wrong.
Did the whole firm go up with you?
Yes, the whole firm there.
Yeah. They all come up with you to get the trophy?
Yeah. No, we didn't actually.
Just me and Dan.
Well, he went up first of all, and then I didn't want to go up because I thought he does most of the
Was that in case you fell over?
Yes. Zimmer frame won't go up there. So Sean went to pick the trophy up, so I'm thinking he's done most of the racing most of the year anyway.
Yeah.
So it's down to him
Fantastic.
anyway. But again, I think what they were saying, no, you've got to go up there, it was because it is like a team event. It's a team thing. So
I think it should be.
we should have been.
Everyone,
It should have been everybody
the
coming.
amount of hard work that goes on behind.
But Karen and Sue were so drunk that they couldn't stand up anyway. So, and Bob was just out of it. So we don't know where he was doing.
Bob was in the corner.
He was, yes. So
he was in the
crying.
cubicle in the toilet. Bob! Oh,
Wake up.
Bob, we're going to bed now. Oh, Nigel, what's occurring? Yeah. Yeah, brilliant, yeah. Guys, it's been fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Wishing you all the best. And what I'm hoping to do is, during the season, I will revisit.
Yep.
And then we'll see how you're getting on, the new motor and everything.
That'd be nice, yeah. A bit of a catch up.
Definitely have a catch up. You'd have to come down Clacton.
We will do. We've got our passports, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we can
well,
get up
you need
there.
that,
Yeah.
Well, you need to, because when you're coming in, past Tony Betts's gaff and
What,
all that,
flying in?
we're flying in, yeah.
Well, he might drop. We might parachute us in.
Could well do, couldn't he?
Have to be some old plane, wouldn't it? Take us lot.
Yeah, we were barring it. Yeah, Sue and Karen doing the
Trolley dollies.
Trolley dollies. Oh, marvellous, yeah. Oh, no, don't.
You've got visions now, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm getting nightmares. They come and do seatbelt for you.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you,
This has been the Wicked Lady drag racing team. Thank you very much indeed. See you very soon. And now we can move on and have a beer.
Thank you very much. Cheers, Nigel.
Cheers. Thank you. Thank you.